Hey, this is Mike Furth from the Comic Archive with my quick picks for the week. The first thing I'm looking forward to probably the most, just because I've been reading it for so long, is Invincible, number 122. Now, this is not a great... If you've never read an issue of Invincible, this is not a great one to jump on. The story arc that they're currently doing started a few issues ago, but Ryan Ottley's artwork is reason enough to buy this book. Robert Kirkman's story is great, and this particular arc is exploring some of the ideas of what would happen if a superhero really tried to change the world for what they think is the better. Which, if you just wrapped up reading Miracle Man, they've been reprinting all of Alan Moore's stories there, which explore a lot of similar ideas. But right now, issue 122 is jumping. We're going to find out a little bit more about what Mark Grayson, the title character of Invincible, has been up to as he explores the universe with his family. Not a great issue to jump on. That was a couple of issues ago, which you should be able to find relatively easily, but both Kirkman and Ottley are really firing on all cylinders here, and it's a great work of superhero fiction to be reading right now. Also from Image Comics is one of my other favorites, which is a little easier to catch up on if you haven't been reading it, is Trees from Warren Ellis and Jason Howard. Now, Jason Howard is doing some amazing stuff with the artwork, and if you're a fan of his work, which is a little looser, a little more sketchy these days, I highly recommend it. Warren Ellis is doing some great Warren Ellis stuff, exploring some science fiction ideas. What if aliens came to Earth and totally ignored humans? And people freak out in very typical Warren Ellis ways. Highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite books that's out right now. Let's see what else. From Marvel, if you are one of those people who has not been reading Miss Marvel, from G. Willow Wilson and a variety of artists, there's a new hardcover collecting the first 11 or so issues of the book, which is really great stuff. One of my favorite artists, Adrian Alfona, is on it and totally knocking it out of the park. Does probably a good 60% of the artwork you'll read in this particular collection. So if you haven't been reading it, nice hardcover is coming out on Wednesday. Also, another good book that if you haven't been reading it, you really should, is The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Now, the tone of that title matches the book. It's fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Lots of laughing. I literally have laughed out loud while reading The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Wonderful writing from Ryan North and amazing artwork from Erica Henderson. Should definitely check out. The trade comes out, the first trade paperback, which collects the first 4 issues plus some other stuff coming out tomorrow. Also, for any fans of Invader Zim, that Yonan Vasquez cartoon that was on Nickelodeon, Oni is putting out a fun series. There's only been 1 issue so far. The second issue comes out tomorrow. Yonan Vasquez is involved, though I'm not sure he's writing the book. Aaron Alexovich, hope I'm pronouncing your name right, has been doing some great job on the artwork. Kind of a nice blend of the animation style from the cartoon with Yonan Vasquez's artwork. And those are my quick picks for this week. Thanks so much. This is Mike Furth from the Comic Archive.